not friend, buddy. We not friend. I mean, I don't forget people don't like me. I'm telling good morning. Chipper. Good morning. And I'm just like, good morning. Good morning, sweethearts. I'll be like, that's fucking I'll be like, oops, sorry. You still don't like me?
I thought you liked me.
Yeah. I thought that was last week. You still here like me? Oops.
Oh, Lord, we're live. Oh no. Okay.
Listen, you know, be like, you just have to be like, oops.
My bad.
Oops, I had forget you didn't like me. Okay, I gotta remember for next time. Wait, let me go back outside. Let me go back outside.
Let me rewind.
Rewind.
You still don't like me.
Oh, you still don't like me? Okay.
Check to my back.
Yeah, and just be like, okay. It can't be that serious. Like okay, you just don't like me? Okay. Okay.
You don't know why, but okay.
I don't know. It'll be okay. Like literally, it'll be okay.
Yeah, like,
It'll be okay.
I'm gonna sleep really good though.
Yes, that's the thing. You know, I just forget. Next time I gotta remember you don't like me. And so when I see you, I go, give you my evil eye.
Make sure you remember why you don't like me.
And the thing about it is, right, it's like I don't know how to do an evil eye. Like,
yes, you do.
No. I have to be really mad. Like I don't have how come I can't open my coffee? What the hell? What kind of Starbucks? No, these mine.
Oh.
I buy this from Starbucks only because they were cheap for versus a regular Stanley.
Mm-hmm.
But you see, it was Stanley. It's Stanley for Starbucks. I don't know, but the shit need to open.
Stanley's not for Starbucks.
Well, yes, they had a run in. Yes, they do partnerships. And I know I wasn't paying no real Stanley price. Maybe you had to press this button. Now how the hell you had to open this thing? I need my coffee, Jen. Oh, okay.
Ooh, good. Oh, no. See, it's all better now.
Dotito needs to send me a new bag of Santo Domingo coffee. Got my coffee.
I know.
Done.
Tell Don Felipe.
Yeah, I don't understand what he dealing with. Like he come up already. He come up and he bring none. He come with 2 long empty hands from Santo Domingo. He needs to get it all the way together. He needs to get it together. Let's get it together. We need our coffee. All right, so let me start. Let me log on. And I need to tell these people, okay, good morning. Oh, me live. I need a mic.
But look.
Oh, look, mic. I need a mic. I need a mic. You need a mic. I need a mic. What is that? Lord, let me behave because I just be saying things, get myself in some trouble around here. Next thing you know, okay, I'll use this mic. Good morning. We live?
No.
I live?
This,
oh, okay. I need to be live. Let's go live. Okay.
Let me hear your intro.
Yes, please. Okay. Good, yeah, please, and thank you. Good morning, and how are you guys doing this lovely morning? It is Saturday, November 1st, otherwise known in the Virgin Islands as Liberty Day or David Hamilton Jackson Day. We got a feedback. I got a feedback, but we're getting it together. So I need to tell the people who tune in and you listen to me on Facebook via StreamYard, when you are scrolling your questions, if y'all have my number, text me. Well, let me make sure I have the phone that y'all have the number too. I think I do. Wait, let me just double check. Let me double check. Yeah, I do. Okay. So text me and then I can try to answer your questions because what? Oh, Jesus. Oh, wow. Oh, Melissa was texting me. Okay. Oh, wow. I have a lot of texts on this phone. Okay. I have a lot of plenty of texts on this phone. Okay. I'm going to do better and keep this phone charged and on my person. Okay. I have plenty texts on this phone. Okay. All right. So You can text me, or better yet, you can call in 773-0390, 773-0490. If you guys are just tuning in, you're at 970 a.m. on your radio dial, my absolutely favorite place for you to be listening to me at. I want to say good morning to all of my radio listeners. Without you, Just Jamila would not have been possible. You guys have been riding with me since the 1900s. And so I want to say thank you for sticking and staying with me wherever I am. And you're my beloved radio audience. I appreciate my radio audience. I want to thank, with the advent of Facebook and being forced to get onto this social media platform, I want to thank my Facebook audience. I have come to know so many of you through this platform. And I want to, share just a little bit, because I see her name popped up. Somebody asked me the other day, how did you get into radio? Maria Chichi Haywood got me into radio. And that is because I worked at the time with her fiance husband. I don't know if they ever get married, but Ali Paul. And Ali Paul from the Mokojumbis, his sister is Ann Williams in St. Thomas. And so I worked with Ali Paul, and Ali saw something in me, recommended me to Chichi when she was going away to like something for the AFT or something with education. And she asked me, would you come in and would you do, come in and sit in with me on radio? And I did. And so that is how I got into radio. I was up at the Altoona Lagoon up here by the lagoon that's now Cattsville, up on the hill there. And then Bloodstone would be up there, and Bloodstone was going somewhere. And Beverly, who has passed away, Beverly and Barbara James owned the station at the time. Barbara was like, I need somebody to fill in playing music, because back then you had actual DJs around the clock playing music. It wasn't just like you program and you start. And she asked me, you available for a couple of nights to do the midnight to 6 o'clock? And I was like, sure. No, I'm not a DJ. I will never profess to be a DJ. I'm a quick learn. Back then we had like tapes you used to stick into the machine, and you had commercials that you had to run, and you had commercials on these tapes, on these like cassettes for the equipment. And so I would play music, but of course I would play the music I like. And if y'all know me, from midnight to 6, we're listening to a lot of jam band. You're the sweetest I ever knew. So I played a lot of jam band. And then if you also know me, you know that I'm a hip hop rap. I like rap and I like hip hop. And so I used to play hip hop and rap from 12 to 6 in the morning. And I had 2 really good friends who had underground songs. That was Swain Mason and Ralph Sudeen. And they made me a tape. They made me a tape one, I was like, yeah, I'm doing this here, and I can't mix and all of that there, and I need to be able to play some music. And Ralph made me a tape, and Swain made me a tape. And so I used to plug in their music, and it was not the station music. I was not into putting in and out cartridges. I work smart. I don't work hard. And so, so that's how I got into radio. So somebody asked me that last week, and I told them I will share with you how I got into radio. That is how I got into radio. Ali Paul referenced me to his girlfriend, Maria Chichi Haywood, and the rest is history. So that's it. That was as simple as it was. All right. So there we go. And also I'm going to show you on my little purse. I'm getting into my girly era. And so I like purses. I do a lot. So let me show you guys my purse. Let me figure out what the camera is. Here it is. So radio audience, you can't see my purse, but it's a little cheap purse. It was I don't know if it's cheap. It was inexpensive, I should say. It does not have a name inside of the purse. And I actually only paid $11.99 with taxes. I got it when I took Shashamani to the water park in Puerto Rico. And I'll show you guys. It is a small little shoulder carry purse. and it's beaded, and it has like a beach chair, and I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a bar. I don't know, but it has like a beach umbrella and a beach chair, and it's like the ocean. And I love it because it's like blue and it has in pink and it has in green. And let me put it up for the Facebook people to see. It's a cute little cheap purse. Don't mind my nails. I need to get them done. I'm tired of sitting for an hour to get my nails done, but I guess I need to. But this is the little purse, and it's really cute. And it was only $11.99 plus taxes, and it was just there. And I went I went to the store twice, and it was there the 2 times I went. Like, it was like, Jamila, buy me, and so I bought it, and so I love it, and it is super cute, and so that's what I'm carrying for the day because it's cute. Yes, I like it. All right. So it is raining cats and dogs on St. Croix. I don't know if somebody just texted me to ask me if Liberty is still going on. Oh, okay. I don't know if Liberty Day is going on. I will try to text Raymond Williams because I don't think I have Janelle Peterson number in this phone. Let me find out. But I'll find out before the end of the show. A little rain don't stop the party. Let's just keep it going. I mean, it's raining, but a little rain. Listen, if rain don't stop Carnival, I don't think rain gonna stop Liberty Day. So let's just say Liberty Day in Grove Place is still on. All right. So Amy Parker de Sobo says that she paid $70 in St. Thomas for a similar bag. Oh, well, that was going to stay there. Not me. I am super cheap. No. And I buy this from like, what's the store? TJ Maxx, Marshalls, one of them, Ross, Dress for Less, one of them stores where you get designer things at a very discounted price. I don't know if it's real, if it's fake. That's the stores I go to, and that's why I buy it, because I don't have boutique money. I have TJ Maxx, Ross, Dress for Less, and Marshall's money. And sometimes I don't even have money for those, because I'd be like, listen, $39.99 for this bag for real? No, this like a $29.99 bag. I think I should be a pricer for stores. I think so. I come up with the best prices for things, which is severely discounted. But yeah, so that's it. I don't know if Liberty Day is still on. We will attempt to find out what is going on. My friend Denise Christian is coming up here today. She has an organization, a nonprofit, and they're going to be up here today. If you guys don't know, Denise Christian Edwards, because she's been married for 100 years, Jamila, put some respect on her marriage. Denise is coming up here. I've known her since before kindergarten. And her organization is going to be coming on in a minute. I think we're just waiting for Denise to get here. And as they get here, they'll come in and we'll have a conversation with them. All right. But I want to talk to you. The legislature was busy this week. It was like a lot of work. It felt like a very busy work week. It was like a busy. It was super busy this week. And there was a committee at a whole legislative session, and then Angel Bolkes had a committee meeting after session yesterday. So it was just like busy. And there's a lot going on. But why are you so? Carl Knight was in front. So just so y'all know, there was a committee at a whole. They called in the Virgin Islands Water and Power Authority to figure out what's going on with all of this power outages in Thomas, because for the life of WAPA, they couldn't keep the power on in St. Thomas for the last couple of months, right? Every other day, the power going off, St. Thomas on rotation, St. Thomas out of power for like forever. And so they were having all of these issues in St. Thomas. My position is better in Thomas than us. But I feel for them, but I don't wish to inherit their problems. And so they called in Mr. Knight, Carl Knight, to come to talk to the legislature. Shashamani call Jen for me, please. And when he came, I want to believe, who was it? I want to believe it was Senator Gittins. I ain't sure. I think it was Kenny Gittins, because that's something that Kenny Gittins always asks about. Yeah, Denise Rich? Denise Rich? Oh, Denise sick?
Yeah, so we just.
Oh, my classmate's sick? Okay.
Yeah, so we waited for one person.
Okay, when the person come, when the person come in, you can come in.
Okay.
Okay? And just open the door and come in.
Okay.
Oh, my classmate Denise is sick. I hope you get better soon, Denise. Okay, Raymond Williams, tell me a decision will be made shortly about Liberty Day. All right. Listen, Raymond Williams, if they could Trump, listen, we had a whole parade in the middle of a monsoon in St. Thomas. We could have Liberty Day. Anyways, it's important. But I digress. So I think it was Kenny Gittins. So Kenny Gittins asked, I listen, this is funny. Kenny Gittins, or to me at least, Kenny Gittins asked something about the lawsuits, if WAPA have any lawsuits, right? So, and they asked the chair of the board if he knows about the lawsuits coming. No, it wasn't Kenny Gittins. It was called VLA. It was VLA, I think, right? And they were like, okay, well, you need to let the board know or something. And, you know, Carl was like, okay, they're going to, you know, stay on top of this, whatever. And then he said, I just got word from my chief legal counsel that all of the pending lawsuits, everything has been dismissed, right? So now everybody, a collective sigh of relief because people are suing WAPA. WAPA don't have any money, but people, Virgin Islanders, are suing WAPA for money that WAPA don't have, right? And so everybody like let out a collective sigh of relief. WAPA don't have any lawsuits. How about as soon as Carl Knight walked out of the building, a process server been there and said, oh, you thought you got away? Here is another lawsuit paper. And they got served. So WAPA does have a pending lawsuit. So they didn't have any lawsuits. He testified accurately. And as a man walked out, there was little Mr. Process server there to process serve to land them another lawsuit paper. So just so y'all know, WAPA does have another lawsuit. Hopefully that will be dismissed as well, because we don't need for the Water and Power Authority to continue to be having these lawsuits. We need for them to get their Jan, can I say the S word on the air?
Say what?
Can I say the S word on the air? I think so.
I mean,
the Breakfast Club, they do it all the time.
Okay, well, that's totally different.
I mean, they under the same FCC. I mean, there's so many restrictions to my tongue on the radio. Okay, well, I won't use those words, but I'm just going to say, we just need WAPA to get it together, and we don't need any more lawsuits for money that the Virgin Islands government truly doesn't have. And listen, and let me tell y'all something. This is why, you know, so Kenny Gittins or Cod VLA put on what Crucians that said goat mouth and WAPA, because then they get solved with this lawsuit. Very hilarious to me. Yeah, I don't get my dry humor, but it was funny. You know, you thought you didn't have a lawsuit, and there was a process server waiting outside of the building to slap it on you. I love it. Right? So, but what I appreciated from Carl, and this is another thing why I like Carl and I appreciate it from Carl, is like Carl didn't hold him out to tell them, because I feel the same way. I want somebody for one time to please explain to me this, right? What PSC to do? PSC, you know, and we have to understand what things happen here in the Virgin Islands. The PSC was created when senators back in the day didn't have the political spine. Some may say that there's still senators without a political spine. I'm not going to argue that. That y'all can make your own assessments on whether or not people have spine or they're spineless. You know, y'all could do that on your own time. But back when politicians didn't want to raise the gap or raise the fees for WAPA so that they could keep so that WAPA could keep up with the price of purchasing fuel, and so that the public understands, right? WAPA by statute cannot make a profit. It cannot make a profit. By law, it cannot make a profit. It's a public entity. It doesn't operate like a normal business, and it doesn't operate to make money. So WAPA is supposed to break even. However, because WAPA undercharges for the cost of gas and have historically under recovered the gas prices, we always find ourselves in a quagmire. And there was never a mechanism in place to figure out how you're going to pay for the maintenance of all of this equipment. So if you're only charging customers for the cost of fuel and you're not building in the maintenance cost, and WAPA doesn't operate at a profit, you're always going to lose money. And people don't really want to have a true discussion about why WAPA fail. Yes, it might have some people who thief, because thieving is a thing. And it might have some people who thief, but the problems are systemic. It's not just the thieving that got us to where we are. There are systemic issues that exist within how we operate as a government. And then we created this entity. Now listen to what this entity to do. They just hire somebody to tell them whether or not to raise the rates, right? And then that entity does bill WAPA for money that WAPA can't bill the customers to recoup. It don't make sense. And so we have to start having real discussions about how to correct systemic issues here in the territory, and be brave enough to say when something isn't working and when we need to correct. And so I appreciated the fact that Carl put some of that on the record, and we don't allow people to come here, one business to come here and their portfolio to only exist at the Virgin Islands, and when you watch their balance sheet and their income statement, when they first come here, they'll barely make 100K. 10 years later, the Virgin Islands is their only client, and on their income statement, their profit margin is in the millions. They become millionaires after the back of the people at the Virgin Islands. So we need to start taking a look at these things, and we need to start having honest discussions. We had somebody who come down here as a consultant and now get hired by the whole Virgin Islands government down our payroll, making big, big money. And I don't see a problem with that. But if I say something, I mean. But I have people come into the studio, and I want to be respectful of them, and I'm not going to talk politics while they're here, because they have a good organization, and I don't want anybody, because if you're trouble, Denise, I coming after you. And so it's called, the proper name is the Dave Edwards Jr., because he was a junior foundation. And so for y'all who don't know, I'm going to turn the camera over to them because they look good. They're going to introduce themselves. You want me to wait? Okay, I keep talking. Right? So I'm going to turn the camera over to them. But you've heard me say this a lot of times on this radio program. I come up here, and when I think of my friends who've lost their children, and who've lost their children to gun violence, who've lost their children to events not, in an unnatural way, because a mother should not have to bury her child. And I think, and I tell people all the time, God knows that I as a punk, and he spared me of having to lose my child, but I came so close, and I can't imagine the grief that my friend faces every day. And when I see Denise out in public, or Julene out in public, or Charmaine out in public, they put on a brave face, but I know that behind that brave face, there's a pain and an ache that not even my friendship and my cracking a joke can cure. And I, for those of you, I've known Denise all my life. I have known Denise from the time I can't remember a time I didn't know Denise. That's how long I've known Denise. And there's a pain in her eyes. And Denise have the most beautiful eyes in the world. And there's a pain that Denise carries every day. And I see it, and she tries to smile, and she's like, okay, Jamie, and yes, Denise will call me Jamie. And that's how you know how long I know a person, by how they address me. And there is a pain that exists. And while, they put on a brave, I see it with Julene as well. And while they try to be strong, they live in a constant pain every day. So when I get up here on the radio station and I tell these idiots, these faggots that feel that busting a gun in the government street and killing innocent bystanders or not knowing how to fight, but because they have a gun in their waist and they feel like, let me pop a shot and I could kill you, and problem solved. Yeah, but you know what you've done? You've caused somebody pain for a lifetime. You've caused families to grieve, and a grieving process that looks different, because yeah, we might get up every day and we might go to work every day, but guess what? They're never the same. And I have seen it. I saw literally, Mr. and Mrs. Shang age 10 years. They were young and vibrant. And when they lost their daughter senselessly to violence, they aged almost overnight in front of my eyes. And I say this to all of you young girls who lay down in a bed next to a man that you know the only power he has is when he's holding a gun in his hand. Think, that's a man that you really want to keep? I say that to all the mothers who know that your child is perpetrating violence against innocent people in our community. That's the child you wanted to raise. And, people say all the time, oh, I'm mother. You can love your child, You can love your child and you can say, I love you, but I love you enough to tell you you are wrong. I saw my grandmother do it. My grandmother never, ever made an excuse for Raphael Joseph. She loved him, but she told him he was wrong. And when Rafi was commuted, pardoned, whatever it was, I don't remember now, and he came out of jail, my grandmother made him apologize to Sister Tina. I saw that. And that is the kind of mother we need in our community. And that is how a mother loves her child, through thick and thin. On that note, before I get upset and say things I ain't really supposed to say, I'm going to turn it to the Dave Edwards Jr. Foundation because they're doing something great. And Denise, I love you. I love you bad. And so I'm going to turn the camera over to them and I'm going to have them introduce themselves, talk about the foundation, and we're going to have a very good discussion. Who wants to go first? Wait, let me get a camera on. Yes, I can see all three of y'all. So good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Tell them your name.
Melissa Gustav, and I'm a part of the Dave Edwards Jr. Foundation. As you did the introduction, the CEO is Denise Edwards, and we're doing this, she started it in honor of her son, yes, and the members of the organizations have lost their sons and family members to gun violence too, so everybody feel the pain. I have lost friends, and I lost my brother, so I know what grief is, and I know how to walk around with pain and act like it's okay. But we want to just make an impact in the public. We need it to stop. We need the mothers to stop crying. The families need to stop crying. So we're basically like a group of mainly women, you could say, but we have the guys partner that came as part of the gun violence program. Right. So he can introduce himself.
Yes, introduce yourself.
Good morning, all. Hakeem Donadell. I am the community engagement coordinator at Gun Violence Prevention, Virgin Islands. Good morning to everyone.
You work at the Office of Gun Violence Prevention?
Yes.
I've interviewed them. I've never interviewed you.
I just came on board.
Oh, okay. Because I don't interview them. I don't typically do interviews on this radio station. Denise special. So this is Saturday morning. I just cuss a lot.
Were you in cussing today?
So for Denise, I just make exceptions. Okay. But when I do other gigs, I interview people. And tell them who you are.
Good morning. My name is Susan Stevens. I am one of the individuals that my son was taken from me on June 19th, 2024 in Stevens.
Yes.
So when Denise came to me and while I was going through my grief, I said, let's do something together and all those different stuff. So when she told me about it, I I'm on this. And then at times we sit down and actually talk about when we're gonna do this. And the support at the time wasn't there, but as time goes by, we gathered together and we brought it to fruition. So I am bored with this, and people just don't know. It's a domino effect. It's still hurt up to today. It's like you got cut, but some cut heal and some doesn't heal. So this is an open wound that is gonna always be there. They're gone, but not forgotten. That's the good thing about it. My son is always in my heart. As you said before, as a mother, you're supposed to correct your child. As grown as my son was, right? No matter what, if he does anything wrong, I always correct him and let him know when it's good and when it's bad. If he get in any trouble, he come me and ask me, Ma, tell me what you think. Is it right or wrong? And according to most of them, is like, Ma, you're too nice. You're too nice. And then later come back and say, you know what? You were right. That's how the relationship was with me and my son.
And I just want to extend my condolences because you're a year out and it's fresh, and so I just want to extend my sincere condolences to you. I don't know how you do it. As strong as people want to think that I am a punk. I think honestly I would have balled up and you couldn't. Yeah, it just okay. It would have been done. Okay. I just feel that way. I can't imagine, and I remember being faced with a choice, and Emil Henderson could tell you, I drove blindly to his office and I sit down in there like a faggot, and I like when I tell you, and I was like, Milo, and and he just allowed me the space. So I can't imagine how you guys are dealing with this to the point where you're even conscious enough to be able to form an organization that speaks to the strength of the women that you are, and it speaks to the love that you have for your children. And so Denise was telling me having an event by like the pool.
Yes. Yes.
Because me and she, listen, let me tell you, so we meet up by Stop and Shop. Okay, so
that was the fundraiser.
The fundraiser.
So I meet her by Stop and Shop, and while we were talking in the street when people were trying to reverse and
really,
we stopped and we were talking. We was catching up.
Yes.
That's what we do.
Yes.
We see each other, so we was catching up. And so we were catching up, and she told me, and I was like, anytime, Denise, anytime you want to come on, you have any initiative going, anything happening, you can come on. So tell us what's going on and when is it happening?
So first we want to let the public know what the foundation is.
Oh yes, please, yes. Yeah, or bring down the mic and pull a little closer. Y'all can hear it on my Facebook line. Okay,
so,
I think they can hear you.
Okay, so this foundation is a newly founded nonprofit, has been quietly working behind the scene, extending love and comfort to practical source to mothers and fathers whose world has been shaken by tragedy. The foundation is built on compromise, resilience, and determination to create a safer community where healing is possible. It's comprised of professionals in grief, therapy, and families who have endured the devastation in impact of gun violence. The board of the Dave Edward Foundation stands on commitment to provide emotional, financial support to grieving families, building a strong network of resource in the community. We also advocating for crime prevention and healing in the Virgin Islands. Every contribution, whether through meal purchase or donation giving, goes directly to support family who are caring, are having a burden in grief, and to provide justice and peace. So we're just asking everybody to please support and share and stand with the Dave Edward Foundation and the mission to continue to love, heal, and help everyone. So, and he was asking about what Melissa going to emphasize. So on November 16th, 2025, our organization will be having a stress-free family fun day. All right. And we're going to be marching from the Dorch Beach to Vincent E. Mason Pool in Frederiksted. So now I'm going to turn it over to Melissa so that she could actually give you more information about the events.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So like Suzanne said, we have a family fun day planned November 16th.
That's in 2 weeks.
Yes.
Okay.
And it starts off with a silent march.
Okay.
starting at 11 a.m. from Dorsch Beach to the Frederiksted Pool.
Okay, I can make that work. Then I'll work. Now I tell Denise, I honestly,
I don't make you dance
Denise,
down the
Denise
road.
tell me she having a walk. I have to tell her, I said, Denise, I rocking and rolling with you, but you're gonna have a car there for like that. Okay, so okay, I can make that walk. Dorsch Beach to the pool.
Yes.
Not
and
really too far.
no.
But okay, so we have to make a deal though, because this is how coward I is, right? I know that area road that Hurricane Maria take away.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't walk past that, you know.
Why?
I don't speed over that.
Why you think you're going to water?
I don't even go by the beach there. No, something happened there. Listen, let me tell Ayu something, right? Let me explain something to Ayu, because Ayu think it's joke. If Mother Nature could have roofed that out and see meeting pan and all of that,
Yeah, that's
and
not
Ayu
fun.
going to build back and kind of thing.
So you think it was split open?
It get jumbi something even under there. Something.
Jamila.
Listen, when I tell Ayo, like, and then my cousin Latifa to be playing with me because she's like punky, right? And she want to go slow in her car driving over the part of the road. Speed cross that, just in case.
It's okay, Jamila.
It's all
So
right.
we'll walk. I'll hold your hand.
I am
Let
a
me hold your
coward.
hand.
I am a coward. Continue.
That's what we are classes.
Yes, she can dance. How she like to dance.
Yes.
Okay, so we have the silent march, like I told you, starting 11 a.m. to Dorsch Beach.
Mhm.
When you reach the Dorsch Beach, we have a family fun day. And
Oh, the
also,
The pool.
the pool, sorry. See,
The
you got me
pool.
with a beach.
Sorry.
What you do, Jamila?
Sorry.
The pool.
Okay.
So we also did not mention that Women's Coalition is also on board with us.
Very
So
good.
when you get to the pool, they will have a table. We have certain people that have tables set up that will have information and
So you're
people there.
partnering with other
Yes,
nonprofits. Okay,
yes,
good.
we are.
That's a good
So I
thing.
just want to let everybody know that. And we also have the artists. We have some dear musicians that we reach
Okay.
out to that will donate their time
Very
and
good.
take part. And I want to mention who they are, if you don't mind.
No, go right ahead.
Yes, so we
I make
have,
sure I know them and like them.
of course you don't know them, man. Like that.
Let's go.
We have Ras Batch and
Oh, I like
Aima.
Batch. I
Yes,
like Batch,
yes.
yes.
You could dance, you could scan, right?
Yeah, I could scan.
We could scan.
I could scan. I
Like,
might
I
not.
have seen
I could
you.
scan.
I have seen you 2-step, 3-step,
And you know,
10-step.
and you know, a little bit of crucial rum does make the steps
Listen,
go right in.
listen,
Just let's go.
Listen, and we have Bugsy Bug, and we have Danny I.
Oh, Bugsy is that little boy that do the Bram?
Not the little boy. Come on.
He's
Okay.
He's a grown man
Oh,
now.
okay.
Come
Well,
on. Yeah,
oh,
we
okay.
know him from young when he just started.
Oh,
Bugsy,
okay.
if you're
Well, he has
listening,
grown up
he
now.
has grown up now.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. Okay. Why?
I should be listening and him saying,
She's a little boy.
I mean,
Bugsy,
like,
I taking up for
like
you,
how
okay?
old she? Like, I old enough to be mother. Jesus.
Yes,
Like,
yes,
why?
no. I
mean, that's what I mean.
listen.
Like he's a, you know, yeah. My apologies. I like the little.
Oh my
I like the
gosh.
big man Bugsy. Lord.
Yes, so and we also have Danny I. Then Danny I, he's a reggae artist. Danny I, you know Danny I, man.
I try to remember what he looked like. He like
He's
skin.
light skin, right?
Yeah. Okay. That's what I'm thinking. Okay.
Yes, and we have Lava. You know Lava.
I know Lava.
We got Jubal.
Me know
and
Jubal.
we have Grand Rising Kaya. You
Me know
know,
who that be.
Kaya is Sigo Data. Kaya. Look up here.
Peter say.
Yes,
Okay.
Peter
Oh,
say.
okay. You have to tell him by the name. I
Yeah,
know
well, I
that
tell
man.
you by the artist name.
You're making it so difficult.
Yeah.
For you to follow the career.
Well, I can show you.
Yeah, show me. Yeah, because, yeah.
Okay, so
Okay, yeah,
we
I
have
like she.
Empress Black.
Okay, I know.
We
who
have
that
the
is.
Queen, and
Me
we
know
also
who that-
have
me know who the queen is.
Maria Walters, which is Maria Camona Walters. You know Maria.
You know Maria?
Yes, you know Maria used to work with us. Maria Camona. She's the sing with Coolie Band.
Oh,
Are you so
she doing reggae.
Yeah, she's coming out to do a reggae gospel or something.
Oh, okay. I
Yes.
thought you were in it. Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Okay, so and we also have the Guardians of Culture, Mokojumi.
That's Willa Jan.
Yes.
Okay,
And we would have various guest speakers.
okay.
And we have the
Good.
bounce houses, we have games, and the DJs. I have to zoom in. It's kind of small here.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, I ain't able with Suzanne Fancy phone. We have our DJs will be
That's because her phone is from the good company. That is a Samsung Galaxy S24.
Oh, tell Denise that.
she wants to listen to
you know,
phone
them,
and enjoy it.
Apple phones is
That's okay.
Apple is taking us
That's fine.
through and spit out the
I
right.
could let you know
Go
that
ahead.
the DJs
Go ahead.
and all the DJs
Yeah,
using Apple.
let's know who the DJ is.
And in our group, there's an issue between
Okay.
Apple and Samsung.
Oh gosh, and you just started it up. Okay, so we have our DJs, which is Party Genius, Mr. Energy, the DJ Dark Shadow, and Akibulan Sounds, Empress Sounds.
Mhm.
Yeah, Akibulan. You know Akibulan. Let's just show you a picture.
Okay.
So we have a fun-filled day.
Okay, let me explain some stuff to the DJs
Okay.
because these DJs don't be DJing properly. You're going to be in the Virgin Islands. You're going to be on St. Croix.
Mhm.
I want for you to understand, Mr. DJs, that you're not in Trinidad and Tobago. And I would appreciate if you would walk with a full composition of Virgin Islands music, please and thank you. I don't like the song Hello, Hello, Hello. I hate that song. I actually don't like Masha Montano and I don't like Esteban. I must be the only person in the Virgin Islands that don't like them. So, but Mr. DJ, let me tell you who I like. I like Extortion.
Mhm.
I like Vio.
Mhm.
I like Spectrum.
Mhm.
I like Poison, Poison, Poison.
Okay,
I like Stanley and the 10 Sleepless Nights. You're getting the vibe.
Yeah, I guess it.
I like Poopa. He's doing the remix for Jamila,
Yeah.
Afifa, Ben Right Over. So please, Mr. DJs, work with a full complement of Virgin Islands music. Please and thank you.
But they have to also play for other individuals.
Yeah, it can't
too.
just be.
So
They're gonna just have a
so we
variety.
have to have
Jamila.
a variety of
That's okay.
international and the Virgin Island.
That which is fine, but they does act like they DJ for Trinidad. And so if they DJ for Trinidad, I just get mad. Like for real, I just get mad. Ask Melissa. I just get ignorant mad.
Yeah,
Like stupidly ignorant mad. Like if you in of Virgin Islands music, like and then me like the DJ no more and yeah.
yeah.
See you up in your feelings.
I'd be all up in my feelings and I'd be telling people, go tell he to play this. Yeah.
And then she just started to do her 10 step, 20
Yeah,
step.
yeah, I just get irritated.
Yeah.
So we please have a full complement of Virgin Islands music.
And
Thank
not
you.
to cut you, but we have
Go
a
ahead.
lot of sponsors.
Please, you have to give them their kudos,
yes,
or else
so-
they ain't gonna get no money next year. Take your time. Go ahead.
Okay, so we would love to thank all our sponsors that made this possible and have been supporting us from day one. Stop and Shop, Optimal Printing, Dr. Caroline Merritt, Natasha Matran, CJ Farms VI, Radia James, Panori, Target Gas Station, Extreme Auto and Kareem Service Station, Flavors of the Caribbean. I have to go back and forth. Simply Frosted by Berry, Sandy Sweets, Sinful Bakery, The Wiener's Kitchen, Desiree Schuster, Earl Morris, La Cocina de Ruby. I think I said it right.
Yeah, that's Ruby.
Yeah, Lux.
She just cook good. I
Yeah.
want some roast pork. So, hint. No, go ahead.
Yeah, Lux Rice Premium Rental, Land Party Rental, Carol's Pound Cake, Jay's Cookies, Party Genius, Trinity Crew, Vibe Street 40 Promotions, Ralina Jackson, VI Fun Fest, Carlos Furniture, Yannick Merrill, Jacqueline Dennis, Julian Strucken, Evelise Rosado,
Jacqueline Dennis, that's just a money auntie. Keep going.
Karen Claxton, Shanika Penifeta, Sonia Williams, the Women's Coalition of St. Croix, Office of Gun Violence Prevention, Legends Lounge, Kaya's Taxis and Tours, Exquisite Parties and Occasion, and we have Alvina Ileraza, Natty Garments, Imperial by Nature, Armstrong's Homemade Ice Cream.
That's my
You know
favorite.
him, right?
That's the green.
And Delhi, yeah.
That's the green. It don't even have a name. Green.
Don Tong, Yuka's Kitchen, Buccaneer Beach and Golf Resort, Bank of St. Croix.
Why they don't like to donate? That's okay.
We have Daniel A. D. Acosta's Financial Services, and that's it for our sponsors list for now. And anyone that would like to donate to us,
So how can they donate?
they can contact Denise
Okay.
You know, they can contact Denise, myself.
They have a Facebook. Y'all have a Facebook profile.
Well, we had a Facebook profile, but something went wrong with Facebook page. I don't
Okay.
know. I don't
Okay.
know. So we trying to
Sometimes
get it back.
Facebook they lock you out. The Facebook.
Yeah,
is
no,
bad.
what actually happened, I'm going to publicly
Yeah.
say it, that it got reported. I don't know why. We created the page
And somebody.
and
reported
somebody reported the page, which is very, you know, I
Yeah.
don't want to cuss like you.
it.
You know me, I don't be
That's
cussing in
that's
here.
some idiot.
Yeah,
there.
so,
yeah, that's
um,
some hate.
so
Something
we're
we're
trying-
doing positive.
Yeah, and we hardly was even posting the page. We were just compiling because we were doing our food sale
Yeah.
and bake sale,
And that's
and I
what
got
we
the
were just posting.
pictures, and then I was.
So what you need
supposed
to do is you need to launch a website so that people.
Yeah,
can
yeah,
just
we're
let
working
them
on that
put up
because
their
what we
topic.
did, we tried to do a new Facebook page, and when it links to the Dave
Yeah.
Edwards, it's telling me it has an appeal.
Yeah,
Because we did the appeal to try
Yeah.
to get it back, and up
Yeah.
to now they haven't
yeah, they
uploaded.
have
But
it. Yeah.
we're working on it. They can
Oh,
contact
yeah.
Denise.
Yeah.
Denise phone number. You have it.
Denise telephone number.
Yeah, we will give out Denise's phone number, and they can contact.
I asked Denise to give her phone number.
that's what I was
Yeah, she
wondering.
have it
She-
all over the
she
place.
have it all over.
Okay.
Trust me. Well, I'll give out mine.
That's
Denise's
my friend.
telephone number is 340-277-6892. They could also contact me, Susan Stevens, at 340-422-2180.
And they can contact me, Melissa, at 850-264-8589.
So
Actually, it was like today we were supposed to go and do a water sale, but
They-
as
they
you
were
can
at-
see,
they were
the
at-
Lord like,
Yeah.
okay.
let me ask you, Office of Gun Violence.
Mhm.
Besides the org, what made the Office of Gun Violence decide to partner with the Dave Edwards Jr.? I mean, it's a simple answer, but I think the public needs to know. And what would your role be at the event in 2 weeks?
Well, for me, it was more of a passion project because
Okay.
it's like family. I've known them pretty much my whole life. Family, sunshine, toughest. Playing ball with them in Suffolk Raleigh. So
I don't call people. That's my problem. I just call people by the
The
name.
government name.
Yeah, and one time I were someplace and I called him by his government name. He was like, he's the only person that call me out. I'm like, that's what your mother name you.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
so it was I think I have like a very interesting story with this because this is home, but I'm constantly going back and forth between New York and here.
Okay.
So I would leave and come home and everyone's gone. And the numbers are so outlandish, for our population. I'm in Brooklyn. So for 30, 40, 50 people to die with a population of 3 million people, you don't really feel it. But home, you feel it.
You do.
And I've been home now since COVID, about 4 or 5 years. And there've just been a series of deaths that just was rocking me. Like it was troubling me. And I was feeling like I was probably, I'm not going to say I was any more troubled than anyone else, but I think it was affecting me a little bit more because I haven't been home like that. Like I'm constantly moving back and forth. When I'm here a solid 5 years and I'm seeing people just die left and right, it was affecting me. Especially that whole situation that was going on in Fredericksburg last year. Right. I used to live with Rookie. I watched Elijah be born. I watched Elijah go from Audrey's belly to death, and that affected me. Not just him, just countless. It's like Fredericksburg is like the spirit's gone. A lot of people are gone, and I feel like because our population is I don't want to say used to it, but used to it. I'm like, guys, this is not normal. Like, hello, guys, this is not normal. But they're like, this is what it is.
Yeah.
And I just don't really accept that. Like, I just truly believe, I just believe the world of the Virgin Islands. And I guess I had to do that being away for so long. I look at us as just superior to everybody. I don't want to hear nothing about Jamaica, Haiti, or nothing. It's the VI. And so I believe we can rise above this. I just think that it's a combination of a lot of things. It's economics. It's definitely economics.
It is. It is.
lot of it is
A lot of
economics.
it is economics, and a lot of it too, though, is that we have imposter syndrome. Not in the sense of the word where you fake it till you make it.
Mhm.
Is that imposter syndrome in that we want to be something that we're not,
Mhm.
and we have individuals that want to be, you know, rappers, and they want to live a particular lifestyle, and they are taking these negative traits that they see and implementing it in our communities instead of leading. They're following, but they're following from a distance, and then they're bringing what they are now following into our community, and we don't have a comment. We don't have a lot. Which is basically talking to these people. um, we don't have a lot of leaders in the community that people can talk to. Um, I grew up in Frederickstead, Harrigan Court, and when I would walk down the street, Miss Niza and my great grandmother, who did not raise me because people think she raised me. She who I'm who I am because of Isabel Maria Romero. But Miss Niza and Eulalie Rivera used to sit down right there in the corner by Belado Corner by Miss Niza's house, and they were nosy. We had nosy people. Up on top where Doc Peterson mother them house is, like you come back to that corner and then minding your business to see where you're going. And in our housing communities, we had true housing communities. I grew up in Harrigan. If I was in if Sunshine or one of the Debbie them mother them see us in Harrigan Court, you better believe they had, you think cell phones fast now? And them old people back in the days used to be able, how my grandmother now been in Safari and taking a cell phone.
Great mind.
So, and we had a community that cared. And I think that we're losing who we are to become other things. And as simple as it is, when I talk about the music, people think it's not really about the music. Is that why are we promoting others and not appreciating what we have? So sometimes it ain't just about I don't like Marshall and I don't like Kess. Is I don't like what it represents as a true Virgin Islander that appreciates our culture, for Virgin Islanders not to appreciate our culture and embrace somebody else's, as if is the best thing since wholesome bread, which it's not. Okay. Just putting that out there.
I was like, I think that it is like, it's supposed to be art imitates life, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's a corruption of the art, right? And now life is imitating this corrupted art.
Mm-hmm.
I think Shakas has done more problems in the Virgin Islands than anything else. That movie has sent, and and another thing, I was on Dialogue 340 the other day, and it was basically, he made a statement, and I didn't agree with it because I really don't like the young brothers that are out here shooting each other and just a lot of aggression. I was like, every nation has a warrior class.
Mm-hmm.
Every nation. We are a nation,
Mm-hmm.
right? Melanated people.
Mm-hmm.
And we have individuals that naturally are going to be of a warrior class.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that they are misguided.
Mm-hmm.
We in the Caribbean and as well as African American people, we kind of like shy away from the military due to the past, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know for a fact my mom was like, if you go to the military, you do not have a mom.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we're not inclined, those individuals with this warrior spirit, they're not inclined to just go into the United States military service. Why? Because of the past and the relationship. We know that. So where do they go? And And nine times out, and with men, right, we pack, we group up. You know, as kids, we group up, this group, and you travel as far as that pack. If that pack is going to the left, you're going to the left. If that pack is going to the right, you're going to the right. So I just think it's when, you know, we've been hit with a whole slew of things. You know, we're just coming back from Hugo and crack, if you tell me. All right. So I just don't have this negative view. I just believe that first and foremost, the men, you know, that's who I blame, me. All right, because those are our nephews, those are our sons, and we are responsible for them and what they do. We've put a tremendous amount of onus on the women. You know, without the Black woman, where would we be? So I feel like us, as far as the men, we need to definitely step up and take on our responsibilities. We need to create safe zones, you know, around schools, around housing projects, communities. And those individuals that are in the street need to understand that they are actually damaging themselves. We are, you know, we're killing the heirs of land, property. All right. And individuals are coming in and just being able to just buy that, you know, that land, buying your culture. So, you know, is it, you know, was it planned? All right, that's another story, another book, right? You know, we've all heard about, you know, the mysterious vans popping up in African American communities with loads of guns just out of nowhere. Like, I've heard that story. You know, I've traveled the world, traveled all throughout America, and I've heard that story everywhere. I've heard it in Texas, I've heard it in Florida, I've heard it in LA, definitely in New York. But we never talk. All we do is say, hey, they're killing each other. But where are those guns coming from? Where are those initial, you know, I've heard of rumors of it happening in Grove. So we have to recognize that this is part of gentrification, right? This is how you buy some land cheap, right? Put some drugs and some guns in that arena, and you'll get as much land and property at the cheapest price possible.
No, I'm trying to figure out what money watching.
So yeah, I just, you know, and another thing, you know, on our little planet right here, these kids have heard and seen nothing but war. That's it. You know, 9/11. I don't want to get too political, but just war. No, and aggression and might is right, right? So you don't think that that's trickling down to them in their mind sight, the way they see things? So once again, I don't want to vilify us. It's a whole construct that we need to deconstruct before we can just sit back and point the fingers at our young brothers. And a lot of them, they're probably going through things. We don't know. I mean, I remember growing up, whatever project we were in, we were like the poorest. I could have legitimately been a madman, right? But for whatever reason, you know, God bless, and that didn't occur. But not everyone has that outcome, right?
Very true. Very true.
So I refuse to look at my young brothers as anything more than young brothers that are just misguided. Because, and like I was talking to a school, I think it was Woodson. I didn't have no great plan. I just loved basketball. That's it. I didn't do anything special. I wasn't smarter than nobody. It's just that when I was done with school, I could not wait to play ball. And that was my distraction. And at that age, when some of my friends was peeling off and, you know, was heading down south to go do what they do, I just was in love with this thing called basketball. I wanted to be a Georgetown or Syracuse. I thought at 5'6", I was going to be, you know, on CNBC or whatever playing ball. And that's all I focused on. I wasn't even paying attention to girls. I was, you know, I was like, oh, you like it for real? You know, so, you know, distractions, idle hands are you know. So, you know, we're attempting to come up, not attempting, we're going to do, right? Because the objective is to create safe zones, push the kids outside because everyone's on video games. We're going to have a, you know, agreement from the top all the way down to the streets. I feel a lot comfortable. I feel very comfortable going throughout the quote unquote turfs. There's no such thing as turfs. Those are my brothers. Those are my friends.
And that's why I tell people this all the time. I'm like, there's not a neighborhood in St. Croix that I have never gone to, walked to, and I felt scared, I mean, insecure. Yeah, I mean, I mean, I had to tell people my experience may not be everybody else's experience, but you know, I walk in, and I think that I come, and if you approach people with love, they return that to you, and so
yeah, respect too.
yeah, respect.
You know,
Yeah.
I think what we,
But you can't respect somebody if you don't love them. I believe love conquers all.
but then that, I mean, well,
I
see,
just
and I was
believe
going to
in
say,
I
as
just
far
believe
as,
in the power of love.
oh yeah,
And so,
1,000%.
yeah.
But I'm talking about in terms of the individuals that are quote unquote responsible for the gun violence are young men,
Yeah.
right? And even, you know, sometimes you interact with the young man, and you know, just because you're older, young, what it's not like I say whatever I want. No, you cannot. No, you cannot. Respect goes both ways.
Yeah.
And I know if you know, like for me, you give me respect, I'm gonna give you two respects back, right? And I think that operates with these young men. It's just a whole different world. They have more information. It's just different. And if we operate within this respect thing, right, then they'll learn to some respect instead of just, you know, doing what it's about respect, and it's about dealing with that ego and how you respond. And trust me, my college years were crazy, and so I'm from the Virgin Islands. I will pop off, but I can't do that. You know, you got to grow up and stop. So I just look at it a little bit different. I don't, you know,
and I think, and I don't think that your perspective is off the mark. I think that, and you know, in my other spaces where I do interviews, and I've interviewed Tony and why I can't remember Damien and
Lang.
Pastor Skeppel and all of them.
Great men.
When I've had the opportunity to interview them, I share the same things with them, and I think it takes a few good men, and I do believe that the one good thing about the Office of Gun Violence, somebody was like, oh, I don't think that you need a woman in that office. I think that men need to be in those and hold those spaces to be able to connect with the men in the street about gun violence and the harmful effects. So I just wanted to say, kudos to the work that you're doing out in the community. I'm so glad that you partnered with the Dave Edwards Jr. Foundation and my good friend Denise, and she has my full support.
Thank you.
And so
I want to piggyback
when it is again, I want to make sure I said the date.
November 16th.
November 16th.
Yes, starting at
That's
11.
a Saturday? No, that's a Sunday. That's a Sunday.
Sunday morning.
Okay, a Sunday morning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if I late, no, that is because if I missed the walk, no, it's because I've been to church.
No, she got talking about the
You are, yes.
Well, I know this is why I gonna be right.
I come here for you.
How you know I ain't gonna be in church?
Yeah. Which church you going to?
I start in that Sunday.
Tell me which church I come in.
So one of them.
We are you gonna be the visitors?
To the first church.
We're gonna be the visitors.
That gonna be my first Sunday.
Yeah. Okay, you don't want to walk. I don't hold you.
No, I don't walk. I go walk.
Before you go, I would like you to introduce Pamela.
Yes, Pamela. Hey, how are you? She was standing up over here. We were deep into conversation.
Well, you know what,
Yes.
ladies, let me do this because I gotta run over to YRC.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right.
For coming.
They've been having me busy. They've been having me busy.
Yes.
I gotta go and talk to the young brothers over in YRC.
All right. Well,
Thank everyone.
And thank you for coming. All right.
You can have the seats.
All right.
I was feeling terrible not getting up. All right.
No, you good.
The
You good.
gentleman thing was going
Yeah,
on.
no, you good.
Ladies, thank you. Jamila, one love.
One love. Thank you. All right, Shashwani. Bye-bye. Hey, say your name.
Hi, good morning. My name is Pamela Ritter.
You know us. I don't quite think here, man. Listen, y'all saving me. So let me just tell the public the things that I was going to talk about today that I'm not going to get to. Because, people are tuning in to see if I tune enough people sometimes, but I'm not. I'm going to be good, right? So my list of things, right? WAPA being served, I got to talk about that. I did want to talk about Viper fees, Frenchman's Reef, $250K in another wasted study, Stephen Payne guiltiness, AFT fighting, border elections, mass confusion, the governor and his documentary, and libraries being turned into restrooms.
Wow.
But I mean, I can get to some of it, but I just wanted to make sure that I get y'all to, how did you get involved in the organization? Because I found out from the other two, I want to afford you the same opportunity to tell me how you became involved in the organization.
Basically, my son got injured during a gun violence. Nothing that he was a part of or involved in, just happened to be a bystander, enjoying our cultural events out there. And the normal human beings out there that feel that they can own weapons without a cause and decide to go out there and take matters in their own hands. I mean, I have my own personal view about gun violence and all of that. I don't believe in guns. I believe that kids should use their hands and their voices.
If need be.
If need be.
Yeah, your hands if need be, voices most definitely.
Most definitely.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Because guns have no eyes, no ears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you didn't lose your son, right?
I didn't lose
No,
my
you
son.
didn't lose him.
However, it's still a tragedy that he's
Yeah.
gone
Yeah.
through and still going through and
Yeah.
still has more yet to
Yeah.
go through.
Yeah.
It's
It's difficult.
I'm sorry for all the
Yeah.
families that has to go through this situation that I went through to still lose their child, because losing a child is not very easy.
It's not. Yeah.
I don't voice my opinion often because it's kind of hurtful, very, very hurtful. And it's hard to face other parents too that have kids that lost their kids.
The guilt.
Yes.
I experienced that, yeah. I know exactly what you mean. Like, how do you, I see Suzanne, I see Denise, and I'm like, God spared me. How, like, I can't imagine how they feel every day, because I know what it was like, hopping on a plane, with doctors and nurses and machines hooked up, and you don't know what's going on, and waiting for the doctors to come to tell you what's happening, and not knowing if your child lives, what they're going to be able to do. And it takes a toll on you. I saw a picture of myself the other day, like right after Chappie got shot. And I get skinny. Well, skinny for me, right? And I use a lot of humor, y'all know this, to mask whatever it is I'm going through, right?
I know it.
But I lose weight. And I don't think, like, I consciously at that time was trying, I clearly wasn't trying to lose weight. But I saw a picture of myself. I'm like, wow, me? I didn't look, but I didn't look healthy. That I'll say that much. And I was a couple pounds lighter, but I didn't look healthy. And I was like, ooh, a picture does truly tell 1,000 words. And, you try to mask it, but it was just like a half shot my brother had taken of me. And I did not. And, in that picture, I clearly looked like what I was going through.
Yeah, I can relate.
And, I just want to say that you guys are so much stronger than I could ever be. I saw Julene the other day in traffic. I didn't even, I just saw her in traffic, and I just send a random text and just say, I love you sometimes. And I come up here on the radio and I send love to her. But she's like one of the strongest people I know. I don't know that I could move forward. I know how much you love your son still. I don't know how you continue to get up.
You have to.
And so I say this with all sincerity and with the utmost of respect and admiration, you guys are so much stronger than I could ever be. I don't think I could have an outward face and deal with what you have dealt with. I think that just Jamila would have been just done. Like, don't look for me. It done. Figure that shit. Figure everything else out on your own. You know, I'm done. Like, I think, I honestly think like it would be, I would check out. And so the fact that you haven't checked out speaks to your strength, to all of your strengths.
Because everybody to come and tell me, how do you like, when it first happened, because I was a firefighter for 30 years at EMT, all of the different stuff. So in the training aspect, right, they always say until you feel it, you will knows it. So my thing was, I was on a road, because within the space when Ray died, it was first my stepfather.
Yeah, I remember that.
Then 5 days before we buried my stepfather, Ray was supposed to be in that funeral. But while we were setting up for all the family members to come home, I get this call. It's telling me that Ray passed. So now, then I have my husband who is also dealing with his ailment. So I have to deal with him also. So then then also with Ray's son, which I passed away also, and Ray has just.
I would have been an alcoholic.
I don't drink.
I don't drink either. Ask Melissa, but I would have started drinking.
You Cuba to drunk with Jamila.
Ask them. I am not the cheapest drunk. I honestly
Jamila,
believe I would have checked out.
You're saying that.
Melissa, I would have checked out.
No.
I'm
gonna tell you this. You're saying that, but that's when you get the strength. Like Suzanne said, you get a strength. I don't know if they give you the strength.
Because
but you get the strength
who were out there will ask me,
yeah.
But Susan, how you could go there and help all kind of people? I think that's my thing in all my life is helping people.
Yes.
My husband will cost me telling me, you always somebody will pick up and call you.
When my grandmother passed away, I went in a hole. And my grandma, I love my grandma. I tell you, my grandmother dead, and I went in a hole. Don't call me, don't come by me, don't.
But you see, you come out now.
But you come out.
Look, you come out. That's my point.
Because what happened at the moment, you didn't accept it.
Yes.
Grief is 5 phases, and that last phase is acceptance. But however, you will never forget. This one, yesterday in my car, I have a picture with me and Ray in my car. This is me and Ray. Yeah. Okay. And in that same picture, I made little photos and I put them in my car. But for some reason, somebody said something, and I believe when I tear up and I get emotion, Ray is there with me. Because all my life, it was either he or his father. And every time Ray used to be in the backseat, Michael asks you a question. So it was always like that. Go ahead and ask, because I say, if you don't ask the question, you will never know. So I used to actually trick my children, and when they were small. So I say, if you tell me, you ain't gonna get this year. And then these days people actually award the kids for just nothing. You had to get something in order to get rewarded. My thing, I never used to beat my children then. It was their punishment was, mama, we didn't have computer and all them different things. So you're going to get the encyclopedia. You get 10 words. You gotta write the 10 words. You gotta write the definition and everything. So when I come back from down the road now, I giving you a spelling test. You gotta write the definition. You gotta write a sentence and make sure I'm going to check it. So my husband was very much true. Like, you interrogating the children then. But the good thing about it, Ray reading comprehension was off the chain.
And that's important. That is important. I guess there's some news coming, so let me make this announcement. The new leadership of Grove Place Action Committee has decided to move forward with Liberty Day planned celebration. Come out to Grove and celebrate with them. As I tell you, if rain don't stop the carnival, rain shouldn't stop Liberty Day.
But
Go out, go out and learn about our culture. and connect with our history. And as you're saying, his comprehension level, right? I know Ayala ain't up here to talk about reading, but there was a meeting Thursday night, and see, Melissa, she segued me into this. With the Christiansted Restaurant Retail Association to Government House. And these people would complain about no public restrooms. And the governor, sometimes the governor just needs to shush, right? The governor said, in response to not having public restrooms, oh, we should turn the Florence Williams Library into a museum and public restrooms because people don't go to the library anyways. The problem with that is that libraries aren't fun for people. They're talking about hoopla. We need to stop this automatic download books on your phone, and parents need to use the libraries. And we need, for the divisional library, I see that Amy Parker de Sobro is online listening. We need to make the libraries fun. We need to engage parents to come into the library. We need for libraries to stay open later. We need for libraries to be a safe space for children. We need to make, we need to, have things happening at the library that get people to come back to the library.
Like back in the day.
Yeah, the library with a line. That's where you used to go. That's where you used to go meet up with your little boyfriend.
Jamila?
When you had the try, I act like I am the little boyfriend to the library.
I did it.
I did it.
I did. I meet up with my little boyfriend, except he was my boyfriend in my brain because he didn't like me back. But he was my little boyfriend, and he used to be to the library in Frederickstead. And I used to go to see him because he was pretty. And I didn't, we didn't go to the same school.
He was handsome.
He was pretty. He was pretty.
He wasn't like the one with the teeth.
No, let's say that, right? So he was handsome. And listen, the libraries used to be, and then the library was the only place in Frederickstead that had an elevator. We used to go up and down the elevator for spite. And the librarian used to be like, no more the elevator. So, but reading is important. And when you say, children have these devices, all of the books are available on Hoopla, but it takes away from the experience. Like, I like hardcover books.
Yeah, to hold it in.
I like to hold a book.
Yes.
I like that when I open back up my book, my pages been up on the binder. I like reading. I like to read. And reading, when you're reading on a device, you just hit the button and you're skipping pages. You have to read. Don't give me the audio. Audio book is for people with disabilities.
Yeah,
I don't have a disability, so I ain't getting no audio book. I want real books. And libraries, we have to, and I make jokes about this, but we have to increase our literacy rates in the territory. And the only way to do that is by getting younger people to enjoy books. I get tricked into reading to a class last week, right? And I like children. So you trick me with children, I good, right? So I got, and these children were picking up like the biggest books for me to read to them. Mm-hmm. Children at a very young age, they actually like books. Mm-hmm. They like books. That's why there's such a big market for all of those picture books that you create for children. Mm-hmm. Children like books. Yeah. So we have to continue to get them engaged in books. And we need to, and what we need to start, what we need to start doing is monitoring. And I read an article about this the other day. You give your children the books and you have them read, and you limit their access to screen time. Mm-hmm. And you create better rounded children. And you say, listen, I'm not advocating for anybody taking a tablet away from the child. I don't understand how a child in kindergarten have a phone, because who the hell they calling? And when they did that, they need a phone because they're supposed to be with a parent. Right, but I digress. I don't tell anybody how to parent the child. You want to give your child a phone from 5 years old, to each his own. The way your child end up on a pole, don't blame me.
End up on a pole?
Don't blame me. So my thing is that we have to start getting these children back into reading. And part of doing that, it should be mandated. children in kindergarten. When last you had a field trip to the library? These
Yeah,
schools
that
supposed to
used
be
to
taking
be
the
fun,
children.
right?
That used to be a line.
Yeah.
Carry the children, learn about the Dewey Decimal System. When you're doing math and you're learning, carry children to the library so they can
Actually
understand
see and
the Dewey
see
Decimal
things.
System and how you line up books in a library.
They don't do cursive writing anymore either.
Exactly.
Huh?
They don't do.
You see, this
cursive
is why
writing
that's a
anymore.
country can't write.
That's
And
why
then,
people don't know how to sign their name.
and they can't spell. I tell people, Shashamani, let me tell you, Down syndrome or no Down syndrome, he was going to learn how to write. And when he teaches them, he wants to just use the tablet. I tell him, you don't give my child no tablet, pen and paper. Up to now, he does cuss when he see a pen, he do get frightened. But no, you're gonna read and you're gonna write. And if Shashamani can write his name and write numbers, there's no reason able-body without a disability can't write their name.
I agree
And
with you.
so we have to have parents bring this back in. And that, and it's not a segue from what the foundation is
No,
doing,
no,
right?
fine.
Because the foundation is about ending and curbing gun violence. And to do that, we need our students to have other activities.
Yeah.
We need our children to know that it's okay to get engrossed in a book. How you think some girls now is the best detectives and could know when their boyfriend cheated.
We read
Because
those
we read
books.
Nancy Drew.
Yeah.
We know the tricks.
Yes.
And so if you want to be a good detective, you read these books when you're young. So now you know how to catch a person in a lie, right?
Yeah.
But you get that from books. You learn about travel. And then what parents can do is after they've read and learned, then you use the devices to have a visual of this is where it is and all of that. But the device should not be the go-to. And I made some mistakes with Shashamani with the device in that, because of Down, sometimes it's easier and it's difficult to get. But no, Brahman, read. And now you have seen him pushing back when I telling him you have to read in the building and I to make you write. Nah.
Yeah, he will leave the
Yeah,
office.
he'll leave the office when and go downstairs. And so when he wants to
we
write no
finding
more.
him in the hallway, and all of us is like, he's the legislator baby.
Yeah, he don't want to write no more. Like when he gets tired of writing upstairs, he just come out the office and like go downstairs and find somebody to go like complain. And like he complains to everybody in the building, like everybody. Jamila Russell.
Use the bad mother.
Oh yes, he'll complain.
And then when you ask him, I remember one time I saw him in the hallway. I said, Shashamani, your mommy, because we always question to make sure if she's close by.
Yeah.
I said, where your mommy? I don't know where she there. I said, where? And then eventually I saw her bunking the car. Shashamani, where you gone? You can't leave me. I like, okay.
And then like when he done like don't let everybody be clocking out like 5 o'clock and I still trying to play. Oh no, he just goes there and sit on the bed.
Yeah, he sit on the wall and
be
like everybody right.
What's done?
But my mother's still in the walk.
Yeah. He, but I say that to say that children can learn.
They
And
can.
all children can learn. And part of getting children, we need to get children more engaged. And the more engaged you from a very young age.
That's what I was just going to tell
From
you.
a very young age, the more engaged they are, the less likely they are to get on that path. Like Hak was saying, a lot of Mr. Donadell.
Yes.
As he was saying, right, when he wanted to play basketball, he wanted to be outside. So if you find a passion, allow them to engage in that passion in that and keep them from, we ain't gonna always get rid of a bad apple. You gonna always have a bad apple someplace.
Yeah.
But if you can mitigate against that by, if you have more bad than good, then we winning. And if you get on the percentages to, you're 98 good and 2% bad apple, then we winning.
Good.
Yeah, we winning. So I think that what we're doing with the Dave Edwards Jr. Foundation is shining a light not just on the healing, because I know this is a huge part of this is about healing and about families who have been impacted by violence to have a safe space to heal. But it also allows for those individuals, and I told Denise this, and I'll repeat it here. I think that this is a impactful organization because too often people go go about with their business, right? And they'll think, okay, I harmed them, but the funeral done, and after the funeral, it's forgotten,
That's when it starts.
right? But when you have an organization with mothers and families that continues to show the community that this is what the grief looks like, this is how it manifests, this is how we have to cope and deal, maybe, just maybe, it'll turn on a switch in somebody that was going to pick up a gun to say, hey, you know what? I know Melissa said, I know Pamela and Pamela said, I know Susan and Susan said, and let me find another way to deal with this beef. And if we're able to do that, to reach out, then we're making
we have been
strides.
reaching out in the community.
We need to start teaching our kids a lot. Hold on, if I forget. We need to learn to teach our kids it's okay to agree to disagree. And it don't matter in what situation. It could be the smallest little situation versus the biggest situation. But that word in there is a big phrase that we need, even in the schools. They need to emphasize it a lot. Y'all can agree to disagree. Put down those guns. Okay? Start using your words. Start using the word love a little bit more. Love your neighbor like you love yourself. You know? We need to enforce these things a little bit more. We need to talk a little more
bring
about
back
that.
a lot of those programs that they took out of the schools, because if they had a lot of programs like when we were growing up back in the day.
Remember there?
Yeah, had there in school.
Yeah,
Yes.
And it had Pal, and it had Kenny Gittins or one man. The one who
the school crossing guard.
the Civil Air Patrol.
Yeah, and the police.
No,
Police
cadets.
It was police cadets. Where they used to write, they used to give tickets.
When you're in the
hallway.
Civil Air Patrol.
That's what it was.
Oh no, the school patrol.
School patrol.
School patrol.
Yeah,
They had Civil Air
we
Patrol.
had all kind of things. I think that's how Kenny
So
Gittins
a lot
was
of
a police.
Yeah.
He was a police.
Everybody used to think he was strict like he was a police back in the
Kenny
day.
wasn't okay. See, I tell people.
I remember Kenny
Okay.
from back in the
See,
days that they went that
I
way.
tell them people in the legislature. He been a police from third grade,
From young.
and nobody does believe me.
And then even
And he's still a police.
and when they're in school, he's still acting like he's a police.
You don't think the police people in the Senate hearing?
Listen, he knows the rules. I love him. I love him.
He's
He don't pay
like
attention
the
to the rules.
police all the
He
time.
know the rules. He know the
So
rules.
the
So
point
yeah.
but
Yeah.
I was telling you that we have been working in silently. We have reached out to certain families to let
Okay.
them know we're here. We presented the parents and loved ones with gift baskets
Very good.
with resources in the gift baskets
Good,
because we had pamphlets and different
Yeah.
stuff.
So good.
Like
Because
grief
there are programs
counseling.
out there that a lot
A
of
lot of families
individuals
don't know.
even know about. So that is why the foundation has said, as we find out that somebody in the community that passed away from gun violence, eventually we give them the space a little, and then we reach out and we do a gift basket to the individual family.
And I think that's so important because so many people when they go through this, they
feel they're
they
alone.
feel that they're
Yeah.
alone, and there's a community of women who are. I don't want to use the word resilient because it's so overused, but they're a community of women who have faced this tragic situation
And has lost themselves within it.
and lost
Yes.
themselves within it, that they need grace. And so many times we don't give them the grace that they need as they navigate all of the emotions, and Pamela is up here and you were getting emotional. You didn't lose your son.
No,
Right.
but I lost my you could call him my nephew, but he's my little cousin, to gun violence. And still to this day, we don't even know how.
Yeah, but I'm saying even thinking about it still
Emotional.
is still very emotional for you. So again, I want people who may be thinking about putting on a gun, picking up a gun and
To think about the consequences.
just think about the consequences.
They're
And
in
what
the
it
moment. That's what happened.
Yeah.
They're in the moment. So in the moment, they're not thinking about the consequences.
Yeah.
And it's after when they do the crime, then like what the heck, and the individual that you do it for or the group that you're
Yeah.
part of, they're nowhere to be found.
Yeah, because when you
And
go
that's
to-
what all these groups
Yeah.
don't understand. We's a group, we's a
no,
brand.
when
But
you
as you get into trouble,
yeah, we
it's the
alone.
family member, actually it's the mother
The
or the
mother.
father
Mhm.
that is there. Because and I show some of those guys, if they could only hear your radio show, they're in there because a friend
Yeah.
tell them to do this.
Yeah, my grandmother used to always tell me, keep my
And I
friend.
used to tell them, tell my son them, do not be a follower.
Be a
Be a
leader.
leader.
You are be a
Yeah.
leader.
Yeah, my
I
grandmother.
said, don't be a pigeon. It got eagles and it got pigeon.
Yeah.
And I gonna always be an eagle, not a
Yeah,
pigeon.
that's what I tell people all the time. But again, the event is next two
November-
Sundays, November.
November
16th. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. Her phone have it. November 16th.
November 16th.
So and again, let me just share this with the listening on. Typically, I talk politics on a Saturday morning, but I am about this community. I'm about healing the Virgin Islands, and anybody who has a good organization who's doing something positive for the community, you have a space here on my program. As long as I'm here and I can lend my voice in support, I will. I want to extend nothing but best wishes to the Dave Edwards Jr. Foundation, to its CEO, my friend for life,
Denise.
my friend. We get in trouble and stuck and great together.
And I think you insinuate. Let me hear the story.
No. I just started stories that
You,
die
I hope
in
you didn't
in
get
the-
Denise in
the
problem.
Claro Marco Elementary School. No. We had a little, but a clique. We had a little gang.
Who was the leader? Who was the leader?
Denise.
Denise, no, I think it was you.
That's my story. And I stick it to
No,
it.
I think it
No,
was
Denise
you.
for the head. I think
No,
so.
sir.
Yeah.
Denise, you listen
If
to this.
my memory serves me correctly, I think Denise for the head.
I wish
is
Denise
the
was here
yeah.
physically to
I
say
think
I
that.
said, no, sir.
No, sir. No, it's this one here.
Listen, she can hear.
Yeah,
She can hear. So
listen,
so
I
it-
watch it.
So we gonna go by my memories recollection, right? But I wish nothing but the best
Thank
of luck.
you.
I will be out there in
I-
support.
Have one more thing
Go
I
ahead.
forgot to mention. If anyone wants to take part in the march, they can get the shirts from Optimum Printing. We're gonna work on something with them that people can go
Go okay.
there and purchase
The
their
t-shirt?
the t-shirts.
Okay, well I gonna need an extra smile, because I'm so
When-
sexy.
Yeah, you.
And let them know that everything will be free. They'll be feed. Everything. will
Yes,
be
everything
free.
is free.
So they come out, enjoy themselves.
Okay, see, Denise said yes, she's telling the truth. Yes, she was the head of gang.
So Denise,
No,
Did
because
I just tell you that she was a
yes,
Denise
she's
just
telling
tell
the
you
truth.
that?
Yes, she put it on my Facebook page. Yes, she is telling the truth. Yes, we had a little gang and we
No, but we
She
want
always
to know
said
who
yeah,
is
but
the
she didn't
leader.
say she was the leader.
Who
Yes,
is
she's the
Denise?
leader. I think
Who
we
is
both
the
were- I
leader?
think we both tried to be the leader.
No, we didn't put no.
I might
So
have
she
you.
could have
I might have been the spokesperson, but yeah, we wasn't. We
No, you might have been the person like, yeah, we're gonna go on the playground around this time and we're gonna throw down Suzanne.
No. We didn't do those kinds of things. We were good children. We were very well-behaved children.
We're gonna put chiclet and make Suzanne.
I believe you, but don't tell nobody else.
Yeah.
See, Denise admit she was the leader. Yes, she was the
Denise,
leader.
that's hard to
She
believe.
was. I'm telling y'all. And how I know is because I was the youngest of the group. And so, yeah, Denise was the leader. I'm telling you, Denise was the gang leader. She was our gang leader.
What kind of thing?
Yeah. But we was an intellectual gang.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
was
let's go to
intellect.
the library.
Yes, we used to
You
go to
know,
the
like, and
library.
take a book.
Yeah, to look
Ah,
at the
yeah,
boys.
look at the books.
And
Yeah,
listen,
field trip.
listen,
What about some
Listen,
boys and books?
Yeah.
listen, let me tell you, I had a crush on this boy in third grade named Edwin, like my brother. Yeah, he named Shampoo. He nickname was Shampoo.
Shampoo.
You know Shampoo?
I think
No.
You know Shampoo?
I heard it.
I
heard
I
the name
remember
already.
the name, but
Shampoo
I
from
can't
Puerto
remember.
Rico. Yeah, Shampoo. Shampoo was cute. And
He used to
he,
be with Steve then?
She and the Steve.
yeah,
Yeah,
You know
handsome.
Shampoo.
Handsome,
He used to be
Jamila.
with Steve
Shampoo.
Maxine brother.
Yeah, I know Shampoo a Puerto Rican. He really was Edwin.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, we look out for each
So
other.
what
Yeah.
condition are you?
Listen, I'm done with that. It's about 10 o'clock right now. I want to encourage everybody to come out next Sunday. I mean, 2
No,
Sundays
no,
from now,
Sunday, November
November
16th.
16th. and support my friend's foundation, the Dave Edwards Jr. Foundation. I want everybody, today's Liberty Day, head to Grove Place and participate. I don't know how to be anybody but just Jamila. I happen to love being Jamila. Until next time, I love you guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.